Hmm. What up, everybody? This is the intro powered podcast, and I'm starting to add the Instagram live. I'm hopping on live. I think I like this better. It seemed like it could flow a little bit easier, and whoever is able to hop on, I know most of y'all will check this out later, but I got a series that we're starting. That I'll be honest, that this is big. This is big for me. It is It is big for where we're going with the intro powered tribe, and I just need us to buckle up and to stay part of this thing. Um, Man, this is gonna be a lot of fun, and we're here. And let me just share who we are. Where is my? I got my notes up here. Um, okay, I know where to go. Yep. So you guys will check this out later, but I'm hopping on to see who will be on. Um, yeah, come on. All right. But listen, we got a topic tonight. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb so nobody bothers us. Boom. Okay. Here we go. We gonna have a lot of fun tonight, y'all. We are gonna have a lot of fun, and this is a topic that's near to dear to my heart, and we're gonna we're just gonna make it work. Where is it? No, no, no. Okay. Okay. Let me search for it right here. All right. Um, Yeah, guys, we're talking about breakthrough. And y'all know me. This is my passion is preaching. I've preached on it before too, but speaking on and bringing awareness to burnout. A lot of us don't know that the World Health Organization has now um, included burnout the same way they talk about anxiety and depression. And man, it's big because so many of us we minimize burnout, and we now everybody seems to be more aware and paying more attention to anxiety and depression, which is great. And if you know mental health, and it's important that we address and talk about mental health. Extremely important. It is huge, and we have to do it. So, but on top of that, I wanted to bring awareness to not only burnout, but burnout again is synonymous now. It's a mental health condition. In the same way you could be diagnosed with anxiety, the same way you can be diagnosed with depression, is the same way that you can be diagnosed with burnout. And some of us don't know what burnout is. But my job, my goal is to bring awareness to burnout, but also talk about breakthrough. This We're going to start a breakthrough series, and I think man, it is so exciting. And what I love about what I'm doing, and God has put this on my heart, that this topic about burnout and breakthrough and being intro powered, and this is not for everyone. I don't. This is not made for the masses. This is made for those of us who have been saying yes our whole lives, and we know it is time to say no. We know it, but that we have some challenges. We're gonna build on how we're gonna make this a reality. We're gonna build on how to make our no, where we can say it with the confidence, and we can say it with boldness and clarity, without stress or anxiety or worry, again, without worrying about hurting other people's feelings. That is a big deal. It is a big deal. But tonight we're going to be talking about breakthrough. But first, before we get rolling into that, let me break down where we're at and what I'm talking about tonight as far as, and just to remind everybody, what is burnout? A lot of us, we think we know what burnout is, but we don't. We think we know what it is, and we don't. And because a lot of us are experiencing it right now. And by the way, commercial, burnout doesn't just happen at work. Okay? Burnout doesn't just happen at work. It doesn't just happen at work. It happens in, some of us are in the care taking role. either personally, where you have older family members, your parents, you might have a sick sibling that has some challenges that you've been ministering to, you've been taking care of. These spaces can be in all kind of different places. You have a family member who is an addict, they're an alcoholic, or drugs or opioids. Now that's a big thing. A lot of folks are talking about it, but it's relevant, it's prevalent, it is all over. And those of you all who are in the mental health field and the counseling field, you all have a huge workload, a pile of people waiting and looking to address these challenges that are not being really talked about a ton. And we have a lot of issues that, man, and I'm just this whole Buffalo thing, I don't have a lot to say because of course I'm not surprised. I'm numb. I'm numb to it. I'm heartbroken for the families that were impacted by that, and ugh, yeah, there's a lot of evil, a lot of racism, um, and now it's popular. You can get away with being a racist now, um, but if you look like us, you don't make it out of alive. That's just the bottom line. Either way, we're talking about burnout. Let me talk about where burnout is, and then we're going to talk about breakthrough. I'm telling us, so many of us are on the edge, and I got to find that meme. If some of y'all who watch this later, if you find the meme of the guy, he's underground and he's in like a tunnel, and he's digging. He has a pitchfork and he's digging, and he's walking. He's walking away, and he has like one more pickaxe swing away from achieving getting the big huge diamond, right? And the other guy is going, but the guy who's right at the edge, right at the verge of breakthrough, what we're talking about, he's right there, but he gives up and he walks away. And the other there's two people, right? And that guy, I mean, he's literally one swing. And I'm challenging us. I'm challenging us because some of us are burnt out right now, but we don't understand that once we begin with our no, I'm gonna go down swinging with this thing, y'all. I need us to understand. This is a big deal. Being burnt out. We have to acknowledge it. What is burnout? Let me talk about it. See, typically caused, not only, but typically caused by chronic. That means continual, unceasing, unending, every single day or every single week. You got to deal with it on a regular basis, right? Workplace stress. Now, stress is inevitable. There's life, this world that we live in, there's gonna be stress. But the question is how we effectively manage it. And when we become burned out, the definition says is that we have not successfully managed that stress. Now, stress is what causes strain on the mind, the body. Burnout is when we negatively impacts our mental, physical, and emotional state. Stress, some of us know, is what pulls on us, what strains us, what we use that takes energy to help resolve or to deal with, right? But the stressor is the source of the stress. So many of us, we don't know that the stressor is what needs to be dealt with because the stress is inevitable, and our bodies are built to handle momentary spikes of stress by bringing into the body endorphins and adrenaline, right? So that we can address it temporarily. But burnout comes is that when we are constantly in a stressful state and our body doesn't know to calm down and bring those states of adrenaline and cortisol, which the body naturally releases in stressful situations, to bring that down and says, okay, we can calm down. The situation is resolved. We live with these neurochemicals being dispersed into the body at a regular state, and the body's not used to that. It's not built for that, and so we become burnt out. It affects us mentally, emotionally, uh, physically, and I'll even go on to say spiritually. And we talked about that as far as spiritual burnout. If you go back and check out some other of my podcasts, but tonight, and again, it produces a feeling of overwhelm. When we're burnt out, we feel overwhelmed. Then all of a sudden, we become cynical and we become disconnected emotionally from the work and the product of what our hands are doing at the job, whatever the situation is. Whatever we're doing, whether we're caring for someone, we're counseling, we're coaching, we're giving therapy to someone, all of a sudden, because we're in a burnt out state, that again, because we have not managed to successfully manage our stress or the stressors and or stressors, we have not managed those effectively. So we end up becoming cynical and we become disconnected from our work. We end up doing a poor job and we don't care about the results. That's where it becomes a major problem. Burnout. This is what burnout is about, okay? But tonight we're going to talk about, I'm not going to keep everybody long tonight. I'm going to be talking about what breakthrough is. See, on the other side of burnout is breakthrough. Excuse me. All right. So breakthrough is a sudden, dramatic definition. If you look it up, is breakthrough is a sudden, dramatic, and important discovery or development. And it sounds general, but we're going to land the plane. And we're talking about tonight, we're going to be talking about personal breakthrough. Personal breakthrough. Okay? So we know what the first definition is. Give me a second. Some of y'all speakers know if you preach and teach and, are constantly talking, teaching, etc., gotta stay hydrated. Either way. The second definition is an instance of achieving success in a particular sphere or activity. Okay, so we know most of us want to be successful. Most of us want to do our jobs well. Most of us have something that we're thinking about, that we've been dreaming about, that's been in our heart and on our mind, that we've been striving towards, right? Especially in this pandemic season. We've been striving towards something. We've been looking towards something. There's something we want to achieve. There's a space of excellence that we want to do and we want to multiply. But we can't get there for whatever reason. This is what I want to challenge us. These are examples of breakthrough. Then we're going to talk about the reasons why our breakthrough is the other side of our no. Reasons why our breakthrough, again, the sudden, dramatic, and important discovery. Sometimes there's a revelation that needs to be experienced, and we say, I get it now. I see the reason. I see the source. I see the problem. Or now I know the solution to the problem. That's the breakthrough. And these are examples, is that we start removing excuses and finally start our business. Start that first book, or finish the first book, whatever. Finish it, get it published, right? Starting that business, putting that album out there. You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is. But the problem is that a lot of us have been saying yes to so many other things that the thing we have been excited about and joyful about having a breakthrough and for that thing to come to fruition, to blossom and to manifest itself, we've been saying yes to everything else. And then by the time we come back to the thing that we really are thinking about, and really are dreaming about and excited about, we have nothing left. We've been saying yes to everything else. And we're going to talk about that. Finally gaining the victory over an addiction. Some of us, including myself, who've been addicted. And I'll share that testimony later. But we know there's things that we are addicted to. And we want that breakthrough. We want to be done with it. We want to put that in the past. Right? These are things that we want to accomplish. We want to have success in. We want to leave. We want to make a line in the sand, never to go back over. And we're heading in the right direction. But see, again, to say no, we have to have a bigger yes. And a lot of us don't know what the bigger yes is. We don't know what it is. Because the big reason we don't know is because we're saying yes to everything and everyone else. Their yes and our yes is latent. It is silent. It is dusty. It is covered in dust. It's gotten stiff. It hasn't moved. It hasn't been used. It hasn't been brought to the surface. It hasn't been addressed. It hasn't been cared for. It hasn't been nurtured. And it hasn't been protected. Our no, our bigger yes. And the only way to have that bigger yes Is it starts with our no. We're going to talk about that. And again, another breakthrough is having that uncomfortable conversation. Having that uncomfortable conversation. Yeah. The other side of it. See, we have there's we don't the idea of making someone else uncomfortable, right? We don't like it. We don't love it. We make them feel uncomfortable, and we are so afraid and anxious and stressed out about that 30 seconds of uncomfort. 30 seconds. Shout out to my big brother Cecil. And he shared this a long time ago. I wonder if he remembers that time. But I'll never forget when he broke this down. Is that, would you rather have 30 seconds of uncomfort or a lifetime of regret, disappointment, and just frustration of not having dealt with it when you did, when you should have, when you could have? Okay? When the opportunity manifested itself. We need to get there. That's the breakthrough, because that relationship has been on fumes for who knows how long, and it's over, probably over something small, and the other person doesn't even remember, but you've been harboring it. It's time to achieve that breakthrough. It's time to achieve that, again, that sudden, dramatic, and important discovery or development. There's something that needs to be developed, that needs to be discovered in our lives. And it's our bigger yes. It's that relationship coming over that, climbing out of that valley that it's been in for too long, or that opportunity that you've been pump faking on. You don't want to shoot your shot. You've been pump faking. You don't want to shoot because you've been hesitant. You've been nervous. You've been fearful. Worst case, we've been so burnt out because we have not properly managed the stressors in our lives, at work, at home, with our outreach, with our community service activities. We're so burnt out that bigger yes lays dormant, and it's latent, and it has no movement towards, and has been no years for some of us. I'm telling y'all, as I'm talking about this thing, this is big. And we need to experience this thing. We need to be willing to step into this space, y'all. Let me keep going. Uh, wow. The next breakthrough is how we speak about ourselves. How we talk to ourselves. What language do we use when we speak to ourselves about ourselves? Is it always something negative? I've been that. I know I've been there. I'll say that was so dumb. Instead of saying, okay, what are my options? That's been one of my morning affirmations to help unlearn that negative way, because the bottom line is some of us beat ourselves up so much, but it has not helped. But we continue to do it. And our breakthrough will never be in a space where we are speaking to ourselves negatively. Never. It won't happen. It will not happen. What's up, Ben? I see you, bro. Our breakthrough has to start with our language, our verbiage about how we speak about ourselves, then how we speak about others. Some of us, we flip it. We speak so positively and great about other people, but we are the worst. We treat ourselves the worst with our language. How dumb and all these negative things. You could have done better. Look at so and so. Look at how good. And we compare ourselves, and we judge ourselves. We minimize ourselves. But we see, again, those of us who are formerly known as introverts, we live in this space. We put everybody else, we elevate everybody else, but we demean and step on ourselves. That's not the proper way to do it. That's not what God's not in that. I'm telling y'all right now, God is not in that. Because if He created us, He doesn't want us speaking negatively about what He created. Oh my goodness. Let me keep going. See, listen. Let me tell y'all something. The other the breakthrough that many of us, as far as work, is that what we need to experience, and again, the sudden, dramatic, important discovery or development, the development that needs to occur is that when you on your way to your car after work hours are done, you grab your phone and you put it on I'm using my phone to record this, but I need y'all to get into the space where you put your phone, as soon as you get in that car, on do not disturb. Do not disturb. That means you're telling yourself, You're saying yes to yourself and your time for what you need to do to recalibrate for the next day, to spend time with you and your family, your spouse, your significant other, whoever it is, and again, spending time for that to equip, to pour into, to uh, 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 build up, to gain knowledge and understanding, and to read up on that bigger yes. We need to say no once work is over. Turn that those now. People can email you, they can call you, they can DM you, they can send you a Google Hangouts. But the key is you won't know until the next day it's time to go when you get to work, and then you respond, or you want to get up earlier, whatever it is. But again, after you've prioritized everything that's a priority for you, oh my goodness, this is the breakthrough. This is the breakthrough that some of us need. If you don't get anything else, when work is over, you need to hit that do not disturb on your phone. Turn off the notifications for those apps so that when you go home, it's about you and getting recalibrated. And then again, we see when we end the week, oh man, when the weekend comes, especially for those of us who are like me who keep the Sabbath, we should be professionals at this by now. That when work is over on Friday, those notifications, you'll follow up, you'll get to it, but on Monday morning, not over the weekend. And some of us have different jobs and roles, responsibilities. Our hours might be different, but you know when it's time to let it go. You know when it's time to shut it down. And you definitely know when you're not getting paid for responding. Come on, listen. Because we're taking away energy and we're exhausting ourselves. We are burnt out because we don't have limits. We haven't said no. We haven't said no, so that's worked out. And we'll never experience the breakthrough that we want. Never. I'm saying with boldness and with clarity and confidence, I need everybody to hear me. Our breakthrough, the breakthrough that you want right now in your life, whatever it is that you dreamt about last night, you've been on your heart, you've been researching and looking it up, but the breakthrough that you want to experience will never occur. You will always hinder it, you will always block it if you are unwilling to say no. It won't happen. It won't. And God can't bless you. He can't step in and be God who he wants to be in your life until you said no to those other things and you begin saying yes to him and be creating space, creating bandwidth, creating margin in your life so that the breakthrough that you want has room to manifest itself, to grow and to mature and to be equipped and to be added upon. It won't happen. Let me talk about and we're going to wrap up here. Again, it's on the other side of our no, that breakthrough. And again, we cannot experience breakthrough while we're in a burnt out state. That's number one. Reasons why our breakthrough is on the other side of our no. The reason number one is that our breakthrough can never occur while we're in a state of burnout. Again, being in a state of burnout, what does that mean? It means that we are typically caused by chronic workplace stress that goes unmanaged. But I'm going to open it up. Not only workplace, but it could be in relationship, and it could be in the caretaking space or field that we're in, where we go over and beyond. We leave our stress unmanaged. That to me, again, another way of saying that is that we don't know how to say no, and we allow the stress to pile up, and the body knows how to handle it from in certain spikes, but the spike needs to go up and down. The stress needs to we have an experience of stress, then it goes down, and the body knows to calm down and no longer release those neurochemicals into the body. But the challenge becomes, and that's where we get sick, and that's when the body starts getting out of order, and then it starts manifesting itself in illnesses and diseases, etc. We become more vulnerable to these things, is because our bodies are releasing these neurochemicals at a rate at which it was not meant to do. And everything gets out of order. It gets distorted. Stress is real, y'all. But the challenge is, stress is unavoidable. How we manage the stress is all on us. And many times we need to learn how to properly manage the stress with our no. It starts with our no. It starts with our no. But some of us just haven't had the courage. And that breakthrough that we want, Whether it's a job, if the job might be the new opportunity, the new promotion, that might be the breakthrough you're waiting for. Again, it's the sudden, dramatic, and important discovery or development. And it's really nothing dramatic about it. Is that we haven't prepared for it, and usually opportunity is comes in the intersection of opportunity and what's the word and and habit and opportunity is when the breakthrough comes. Okay. Number two is that reasons why our next breakthrough is on the other side of our note. Reason number two is that our breakthrough is fed by our no, which creates space for our bigger yes. See, that breakthrough is the bigger yes that we all want in our lives. Some of us are struggling because we're lacking identity, we're lacking purpose. And my shout out to my millennials, my Gen Zers. You all know who you are. And now, the more I think about it, and it's not just it's easy to point to them because they're the most verbal and vocal about it. But my generation, what's my generation again? Either way, what's I got my wife knows this stuff. I always forget the order. Um, Gen Z, no, Gen X. There we go. Gen X, right? We Gen Xers, we struggle with identity and lack of purpose, but the why it doesn't really look like it is that we become silent because we've gotten comfortable with positions and jobs that we've been working 5, 10, 15 years, but we still have never really stepped into our purpose. Again, now let me break down purpose real quick. Purpose is our gifting, our spiritual gift, which I term as our life magnet. It is our passion, what we're passionate about, what bothers us the most, that we know there's something, that God has put something in our heart inside of us that we know, man, I want to really address that issue. But we have the gifting that aligns with that passion, and then we have the character to sustain us. Again, all this taken from the story of Joseph, right? That's what purpose is. So purpose equals gifting plus passion plus character. Then we could tie in eventually, and I'm working on this definition, but we tie in our personality, whether we're introverted or extroverted. For people, we like being around people. We gain energy from being around people, or we gain energy from being alone or within smaller groups. That's the difference. So we have to know all these things go in to manifesting and bringing that purpose into achieving that breakthrough. So once we understand all these things, then we know what. Once we know our yes and who we are and what we are aligned to do and what our purpose is, it's easier to say no. But the problem is that our breakthrough, that important discovery or development on our way to making our purpose become a reality, and for us to be able to live this out on a daily basis, our purpose gets hindered because we don't know how to say no, and we hinder it. We don't know it. And see, our bigger yes is protected by 1,000 no's. Some of us have never verbally said no 1,000 times or even 100 times in our life. I'm 44. And see, again, let me tell you who knows how to say no. All the successful people that we see, they know how to say no. All the uber elite of elites, Oprah, LeBron, the late great Kobe, Michael, Tiger Woods. Again, see, he has some challenges with some character challenges that he had to work through. But the principle is the principle. The most elite, the people that you look up to and you are aspired to be like, those individuals have mastered how to say no, so that they're every time. Beyonce, listen, they know how to say no because they know where they're great and they know where they are not great. That's what we need to identify. Once we identify that, the breakthrough, the constant breakthroughs, the constant new discoveries and the new developments that will manifest themselves in our lives will all come to fruition once we've identified our no. We've learned to say no. And I'm challenging us to say no with a smile. Oh my goodness, y'all. Let me finish up. See, Burnout deflates while breakthrough inflates. Okay. Stress and the mismanagement of it, really the mismanagement of stress, because again, stress is unavoidable. How we manage it is up to us. And once we learn how to effectively manage our stress with our no, that's when the breakthrough gets fed. And all of a sudden, again, it goes from breakthrough to breakthrough. The Bible says from glory to glory. That character development, looking into that glass, right? That reflection as we continue to look, as we continue to change, we look at the reflection of who, and those of us who are Christ followers like I am, as we continue to look at Christ, as we continue to look at his character, as we continue to look how he operated, how he treated people, how he treated himself, how he allowed the Spirit of God to move and use him. As we continue to do that, the breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough will manifest itself in our lives, and our characters will be built and become stronger and stronger, and then we get into new and better spaces for influence and opportunities to bless and to be a blessing. That's what God wants us to do. That's what we're here on earth to do. We are the solution to a problem in today's world. And in these breakthrough moments, these breakthrough discoveries and developments that we need and should want and desire to occur on a regular basis in our lives, has to start with our no. Our breakthroughs are fed. They are created by our no. We have to get courageous, y'all. Last to it, I'm done here, is that breakthrough occurs. Again, we talked about this when we properly manage our stress. Okay, work is stressful, but do we have a system? Ooh, man, y'all, the system is connected to our purpose. Purpose plus getting organized, having a system, and a system in which we can screen every decision based on our purpose to see whether it aligns, yes or no. And if it's a no, if it doesn't align, then it's an automatic no. But we don't have to be rude about it. We don't have to be kind of harsh about it. We can say no with a smile. It can happen, y'all. It can happen. This is what I'm challenging us to do. This is the opportunity that I'm birthing, and I'm prayerfully considering and equipping us to have this space, y'all. This is what I want to frame and develop my pastoral counseling degree. I got 2 more classes that I'm done. This is my practice. This is what I want people to come to me about. This is what I want to help people overcome and to have breakthroughs experiences throughout their life. Because once you start experiencing breakthrough, that other people will want what you have, then you can show them the blueprint, show them the system that you developed, framed and aligned with the spiritual principles found in God's word, powered by our no. That's who the intro powered are. That's who the intro powered tribe is all about. That's the community that I'm excited to build. And I'm excited to welcome you in. You know who you are. This is not for everyone. This community is not for everybody who says, I want to be part of a community. Because this community is courageous. And we're going to challenge one another, but we're going to accept and to support one another at the same time. Some of us we've been ready for this breakthrough. We've been ready for it. But we haven't had the courage to say no. And we haven't had the community in which to support us and to help us manage and to walk through, again, effectively manage those stressful situations, to know that we're not alone, that we can do it, and that we have the support to give us language, to give us the encouragement, to give us the guidance on how to manifest that in the specific space and field and a career and situation that we're in. Listen, and last one is that burnout. And the last one, we've been talking about reasons why our breakthrough is on the other side of our no. Last one is that burnout is trying to do everything. Breakthrough occurs when we're focused on doing the right thing. Listen, life is too short. We can't say yes to everything. See, and then when we say yes, we often get when we're not gifted in that space, we're not the right tool for the job. We often get in the way of the person that is the right tool for the job. We get in their way, and we slow up the process. We slow up this the solution manifesting itself. We slow it up. boy, burnout is trying to do everything. When you can turn work off, try to please everybody, you try to respond to every email outside of work hours, you're stressed, you're taking work home on the weekends, and you never get to decalibrate, and you never get to reset and to restore yourself so that you can become the best version of yourself on a Monday, as opposed to dreading that Monday. I'm challenging us. This is a journey that we're going to be taking. I'm taking it with you all. But I'm telling you, it's the time is now for us to experience that breakthrough, to experience that important, sudden, and dramatic. I'm talking about life changing. When we can identify our purpose, when we can start saying no with a smile, and we can make room for that bigger yes to grow and to mature. And then all of a sudden, this is prayer for me too, is that bigger yes will overwrite whatever job or situation or position you're in, so that you can wake up every single day walking and living and earning income, earning a living through your vocation that is perfectly aligned with your purpose. What better? There's no better joy. I'm telling y'all, there's no better joy in this world than to walk on purpose, in your purpose, and get paid for it, because you're the solution to a problem in today's world. People pay those who can solve problems. The only question is, what problem are you and I here to solve? This is Ase Daniels with the Intro Powered Podcast. Those of you all who hopped on, thank you. Those of you all who will listen to this later, leave a post, leave a comment, give me a rating on iTunes, on the podcast app. And if you want to email me, I'll put the link. You guys can contact me. But I'm telling you all, it's time for the breakthrough. And this is the part one of the series. We are going to break this down, and we got something special where there's going to be an opportunity for you to join this community that I'm building, to invest in you, so that you can be the solution. Not only identify with being the solution to a problem, but that you can say you can say no with a smile. That is due to many of us. That is important discovery or development. That's the development that many of us want. Those of you all that are intro powered and you know who you are. It's not for everybody, but you know who you are. As soon as you heard it, you know who you are. The goal is to to be part of a community where this is normalized. Saying no is normalized. Creating space for your bigger yes is normalized. Saying no with a smile, normalized. That's what we're doing. So you all have a great evening. God bless you. And remember, talent may get you in the door, but kindness will take you to the top and sustain you there. Have a great night, guys.